Good morning, it is Thursday the 19th of September 2019. Today I was taking a different kind of train from what I would normally take. Normally I try to make trip reports on trains that will go long distances or go international. Well, a lot of these trains are combined. This time it's a train from Shanghai to the airport. It's only 30 kilometers, but it's a Maglev train, which means it's a totally different kind of train than a normal train. It's a train on a magnetic field. It doesn't run on a normal track. It's also the fastest commercial train in the world, although at this time it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It won't run at its fastest speeds. It won't go more than 300 kilometers per hour. When I take the train after 9 o'clock, it will go, I think, something like 430 kilometers per hour. I hope you enjoy the video. As you can see here, these trains run pretty often, and the travel time, well, with this speed, of course the travel time is very limited. The travel time of this train is 8 minutes and 10 seconds, and I will try to do my very best to make this video exactly this long, without cutting too much information and also without giving too much information. But I have to talk a little bit, otherwise I wouldn't say this to you. The Maglev trains do leave from the metro station Longyang Road. So before getting there, you have to take the tube first. You can take a taxi as well, of course, but when you take a taxi, you most likely end up in a traffic jam anyway. And to me, this is where the dilemma starts. I have to take line 2 to Longyang Road. Well, this is fine, but this line also goes to the airport. All prices are very reasonable, but when I take the metro to the airport, it will cost me roughly 80 euro cents or 90 dollar cents. But when I take the Maglev, it's a lot more. It's a little under 6 euro or a little over 6 US dollar. And for me, it's only 20 minutes faster. The advantage of the Maglev train, well, comparing to the metro, is when you take the Maglev train, you just have more space. In the metro, you'll probably have to stand. But when you do this trip the other way around, you probably will be one of the first people in the metro train and you will probably have a place to sit. Well, don't get me wrong, I think these prices are all very reasonable, but the difference in price is huge. Therefore, when I wasn't this kind of a train geek, I probably would just take the metro. Or maybe I just should get another job with a better salary so I wouldn't have to complain about this. The reason I make a trip report about a train that runs on such a short distance and goes to an airport, normally I would try to encourage people to take the train instead of the plane, is that this train is pretty unique. It has no wheels and will be pushed forward by the use of magnets. Electromagnetic suspension is being used to elevate the vehicle on the track, so the train can be faster than having wheels. Lots of people are talking about hyperloops in trains. Well, these are all pretty fine and I like the idea, but I think the Maglev technology is much more reasonable on a shorter term. Although regular high-speed trains are not even that much slower, and especially not in China. Below the railway station, at the point where you can enter the metro, you'll find lots of shops. Everything has just been marked really clear. Not only, well, between the metro and the railway station, or the Maglev station, but also in the metro station and the Maglev station itself. Below the station there's even a Maglev museum, although it was closed when I was here. The Maglev station in Shanghai is not big at all. But, well, what do you need? It's not a long distance anyway. You can buy tickets at the ticket counter and you can only buy them at the day itself, so you can't buy them for a day in advance. Before you enter the platform, you have to go through security, like everywhere in China. Well, I could go to my train right away, so I didn't have a close look after the security, but it didn't look like there was that much, only some toilets and, well, go to the platform of course. For a ride that will take a little bit more than 8 minutes, the comfort level is really good, although I personally think that the comfort level in regular Chinese high-speed trains is way better. It is being sold as two different classes. You have the second and the first class. The second class comes in a 3x3 configuration, and the first class, well, I'll show you the first class in a bit. The first class tickets are twice as much as the second class tickets. Throughout the train you will find lots of luggage compartments, so you don't have to tilt your luggage, but of course there are lots of luggage racks as well. This is how the first class looks like. Well, you have to decide for yourself if it's worth money. You heard my opinion in the beginning of this video. When the train is leaving Shanghai, making its way to the airport, it will reach the 300 km per hour pretty quick. A great thing about these trains is that they can accelerate and brake pretty quick without, well, feeling it. Although this trip report isn't unique at all, there are many videos about this train. I still hope you like this trip report. Please give me a thumbs up, and when you like to see more trip reports by train, just subscribe to my channel. There will be a lot more coming ahead, and you can also find some other trip reports on my channel. See you on my next trip report.